going to be a hotly contested race. This one. Janneke van der Meulen, tall Dutch athlete here. No stranger to beach sprint and coastal racing. She's taken part every year for the past few. Supported by her husband, Mitchell Steinman, who'll be doing some of the boat handling. You can see the boats being carried down to the water's edge. Van der Meulen, silver medalist at the Europeans earlier this summer for the beach sprints. Lining up alongside the bronze medalist here, Maria Condurso for Italy. So these two eager to get into the next round. Only one of them will be in contention for the medals, though, because we see the last 16 athletes whittled down to the last 8 based on this knockout round of pre-quarterfinals. Any moment now, they'll be under starters' orders. There we go. The sprint is on. Condurso not waiting around whatsoever. The fastest sprint to the Italian. Van der Meulen trying to keep up, but it's the Italian who gets to her boat first. Slightly hesitant entry, but she's going to take her first stroke here. Mitchell Steinman on the right, husband of Janneke van der Meulen, who's racing here. Hugely experienced, tall Dutch athlete. She'll be relying on her length and strength to get that boat moving. She draws back level with the Italian approaching the first turning point. She's got the better boat speed. Let's see how they handle this pivot round to get onto the correct side of the second turning point now. Maria Condurso, coached by Franco Cataneo. You can see that the boat's pivoting all over the place here. The goal being to try and keep it level, because each bounce just takes the edge off their speed. But the Dutch athlete managing to keep that boat with the slightly better boat speed despite the rolling waves coming in. Now moving up towards the far turning point. Just a very measured approach from Van der Meulen, coached by Bjorn van den Ende, who'll be joining me in the commentary box just after lunch today. As I say, Van der Meulen, silver medalist at the Europeans, coached by Olympian Bjorn van den Ende. She's out in front, making the better of this turning point at the far end of the course. And it's a great return leg start for her already. A couple of lengths up of clear water over Condurso. So I think we might see it hard pushed for the Italian to get back into contact. Although just as I say that, she's got her stern up on a wave. Easiest way to tell from these images if the stern is up by looking at where the bow is. And if the bow is down or perhaps buried in a wave, as long as it's not caught in the wave in front, that usually means they're getting a bit of a boost. And that's what we're seeing in the boat speeds there on the graphic. You can see that there's a little bit of a boost for the Italian. Might not be enough, though. You can see there's still a couple of lengths clear water to the fast-moving Dutch woman. Janneke van der Meulen's going to make onto the beach first, and I think that's going to close the door on any opportunity for Maria Condurso to progress through to the quarterfinals from this race. Oh, you can see Van der Meulen's been bogged down coming onto the beach. It slows down so much. She could rely on her leg length and get out in the deeper water. She doesn't choose to do that, but she's got enough of an advantage here to make it up the beach ahead of Condurso. I think pretty safe for the win in this first of our women's solos pre-quarterfinal races. The win, therefore, to Van der Meulen and 2:52. So that's the benchmark we look to now as we progress on. Such a tall athlete she is. That means she's got great length out there on the water. She's the first one to secure her place into the quarterfinals. Grandstands filling up here. You can see that the crowd's spilling out onto the beach to make sure they've got a good sight of the competition. And an awesome finish funnel. The infrastructure that's been set up here in Barletta, top class. And the atmosphere being created by Luca Brogini, the local Italian commentator. Stunning conditions here in Barletta. You can see that the waves not as spiky as they'll be later on this afternoon. Conditions expected to get a lot choppier as the wind pivots round to move offshore later on this afternoon. That's exactly what we've seen for the last couple of days of racing. So we can look forward to those conditions hopefully later on this afternoon, because that really puts the test to these athletes' coastal expertise and skill. Next up then, it's the second of the pre-quarterfinals. Elodie